Thank you so much for joining me. Today I would like to show you the demonstration of beautiful vacation vibes, like the nice sky with the rock and sea with the beach, and then the palm trees branches are cover this part. So the color that I'm going to use is white, light blue, light green, and cobalt blue, which is darker one. And then for the sand and everything, a little bit brown I'm going to mix with the white and make it lighter. And then for the rock, again, the dark brown and the green, darker green, will add on top later. So I'm going to start the sky part. First of all, I take my bigger brush, it's a flat brush, and I'm going to start with just a quick drawing, and I'm going to add the white color first. This is a wood panel, so it's easy to see even the white color on top of it, and because of that I just go with the white color. It's okay with any color, even the blue color if you like, you can start with that one. Separate the sky from the river or the sea. I'm going to add this color first. I'm going to separate it and add the sky color. But before that, I prefer to mix a little bit paint. Even for the light blue, I'm going to mix a little bit blue with the white to make it lighter than this. And this is a palette knife that I'm going to mix my paint with that. And for center, a little move toward the light blue to the dark blue, and in between it's like a turquoise color, so we can take light blue, we can take light green, mix these two colors together, and it's better to be more bluey than the green one. So I'm going to use more blue. Again, back to the white, mix some white color with that. This color is so useful even for the sea, sky and sea, both of them. So clean my brush with napkin, always try to have a napkin. And I'm going to start with the pure white color first for the horizon line. This is the horizon, exactly the center that we separate from the sky and the sea. It's horizon. So it doesn't need to pay attention to the rock. I can add the tone everywhere, and that's helpful to have a strong painting because we work as a layers. It's easy to cover whole the canvas with one tone, and it's more easy to cover it with the layers because you already hide the white of canvas under the amount of paint. So please go on back, repeat and repeat to cover the sky like that, and then move on to the light blue color. When the white color is wet and you bring another tone like the light blue, very gently they mix together, blend together, and there is no line in between create. So very gently we can help them blend together. Just try to use wet brush, wet paint, and let it blend very well into each other. And if you don't want to see the brush stroke, you can go on back and try to cover whole this sky by moving from left to right. Then again, more blue, light blue I mean, the one that we mix by white color. Take heavy paint with the brush. Now in more space covered by light blue color, I can move on with this color, with turquoise even. Back to the light blue. Mix this light blue with the turquoise a little bit. Not everywhere, just the edge. I would like to very nicely see this transition in between. And then I'm going to use pure light blue. Just try not let your acrylic paint get dry, because when it gets dry it's not easy to blend them together. So it's better to be wet, then you move on with the new paint on top. We can cover most of the part by light blue, then move on cobalt blue. Cobalt blue is so dark, and I try to let it blend to the light blue color first. And make it so smooth and soft. I think that's enough. We are okay with the sky. We have enough darkness. And then we have light blue, dark blue. We have nice turquoise color of the sky. And then the white color. So we can leave it get dry completely and then move on next part. Now for next part, I'm going to add the sea. And the horizon line for the sea, it's a little bit lighter. It's move on for the wave, a little get darker blue, and then turquoise blue when it's close to the beach or the sand that it's covered by this part. So I'm going to start with, maybe it's better not to move on with the light blue. I can go with, let me mix a little bit cobalt blue. I'm going to mix with the white and make it lighter tone. That's the nice color. I can use these two light blue color for the stance. So start with this one, add here. Still my sky is wet, so I'm not touching that. I'm not adding any rock on top because it's still wet. Very gently try to cover the sea with the light blue color that I mix with cobalt and the white color. Just go and back, try to lay down, hold the brush on a surface to have a clean surface. And then I think a little more I'm going to add. Then I see the dark color. Please not see any wave right now. I'm not adding any wave on top. The white wave will come on top later at the end. Just I'm going to move on with another tone and color, which is the cobalt blue. Close to this one. Even it's okay if they mix together a little bit. Get lighter, that's fine. Then just a touch of blue. I think still wet. We can do it later maybe, or just a line. I would like to show on this stance it's like a wave, dark wave. So with the tip of flat brush we can add some line on the stance, just a bit, and then leave it get dry. We don't work more than this one until everything gets completely dry. Then move on, clean the brush very well by napkin, and now move on with the lighter blue. Blend the edge. We don't want to have the hard edge in between. And then I'm going to move on with this turquoise color. Sometimes it's better to have two different turquoise color, like light and dark. This is so light, and because I'm going to mix this one with the light blue color. Now I think it's not bad to mix this one with the dark blue color as well. So I'm going to take dark blue with this green color, mix these two together. It's really dark color, so maybe not bad to add light blue as well. But because of the green, when you mix with the blue, your blue moves toward turquoise color, even when you mix with the dark blue color. So it's dark turquoise and the other one is the light turquoise. I prefer to have both. Both of them is nice in the movement of the wave and in the sea. So I'm going to add light and dark. Keep this space for the sand and the white wave, so a little bit lighter turquoise. It's okay to bring it down. And then stop to get completely dry. Maybe a little bit more movement with this, it's nice to have. After it gets dry completely, we will add the wave on top and then see what happens. If we need to add more light and dark, we will add later. So far everything is nice, and just we need to bring the sand here. Okay, now until the sky get dry, the sea get dry, I'm going to mix the color for the sand. And I'm going to add the brown. So we need to mix our brown with the white color and make something like a creamy color. So take white color first, take a little bit brown, because brown is so strong and can change the value a lot. It depends what kind of brown we have. Sometimes it's more reddish, sometimes it's more darker. So I'm going to mix this one, and it's okay and nice, and I'm going to add the shadow part on top with the darker brown. So clean the palette knife first, take the brush, and start with this creamy color to cover it. I'm not worried about the edges because it will cover by the white color to show that these are the wave on top will come, and just cover it by the light and creamy color we make by brown. just a bit more inside the turquoise color. I see a little bit more space I would like to have for the sand. And I try really to use heavy paint with texture. And then it takes a little bit more than the regular time to get dry. So we leave it get dry again. Now before move on to the rock and the stands and then the branches of palm tree and the details of the shadow here on the sand, I think it's not bad to add the wave on top of the mid part of our canvas, which is the sea. And I'm going to use a smaller brush and just a pure paint so far. We need just a pure paint and start to adding some texture here. Heavy paint with some texture, bring it down, little bit more, play with the wave. And it's better to have two brush. Another brush can make us some smooth surface with the bluey color. We can go with another small brush, like this kind of size, and even the darker blue under this part of the wave. We can bring some really darker tone under it. And still we use tip of brush to make some line as a wave. Then back to the white color. Take heavy paint, bring some of them on top of the blue, like that way. Really heavy paint, it's more easy to work with because it's just a wave come on top. And then with dark blue I go a little on this part, top of the wave. Here as well. Just repeat some movement with the white color. I really go with the heavy paint. Try to use more tip of the brush to have narrow line. Randomly add some brush stroke. Oops. The blue color. And then you can even bring down this dark color like that. Because of the shape of wave is like this. It's go up and then falling down. So we can make some dark color exactly under the white color. And then try to help it fall down. Like this way. And again, the same happen for the other side. Like that. Just randomly add some line here. And then move on with the pure white color. On the edge, I would like to add some more white and wavy color here, stroke. And then again a little bit line with the white color on the stance I'm going to add top of the wave. just a bit. And then when we move down, I clean this brush a little bit, both. I would like to add more turquoise color, so take this one, make some wave with this bluey greeny color. Just add randomly the line to make the wave. The thickness actually doesn't matter because some waves are so thick, some not. It's a nature. So I'm okay so far. Then move on with pure white color. Tip of brush, try to draw some narrow line. Even the broken line is nice and better. We don't use just a straight thick line for the wave. We play with our brush stroke, like this, playing, to have some a little bit narrow, some a little thick. Maybe some of them long, maybe some of them short. Even lighter turquoise sometimes not bad to add in between, because it's a water and wave. We have beautiful greeny bluey coloring mixed with each other. Okay, now it's time for the rock. I'm going to take just a pure brown color. It's better the sky be completely dry, then you can easily draw the shape of rock on top, and then come close to the little bit center. The rock is so heavy, so you don't have to blend it. You can just see all the brush stroke be visible on top of the rock, and it's better just really flat here on this part. And it depends what kind of brown you use. Your paint can be dark and light sometimes. Even I have the blue color, I can mix it with the brown. Already blue and brown when mixed together, it get darker. So I can make some part a little darker and add some brush stroke with darker color. another tone. Like that. And then we leave it to get dry. Before it gets completely dry, just clean the brush with napkin. A little feeling of green is nice to have. I can take some turquoise even on top. Just some line. It's nice feeling. Give us a nice feeling, or even any green you have. We can bring it. This is so light. I don't want that. Dark green is always better to use. Or maybe when we add the green color for the branches, it's better to add some brush stroke here as well. Now I would like to add this tree branch of palm tree. So I'm going to start with the brown first. Narrow line is easy to do with this part of the brush. Draw one line here, another here, and the third one here, like that. And then we can draw some shape of the leaves is like this. So we have a green as well. I'm going to add dark green. So we can mix with the brown to have nice and beautiful shape of leaves. Just draw like a tiny line around it. We can make it busy. We can add in between the brown. And on top we can add sometimes the light green color as well. Even heavy paint, always lovely to have. Sometimes it's nice to keep some space in between and add another leaves and have the empty space. And the third one. Try my best to use a little bit heavy texture. So when you take heavy texture, it's already heavy paint sit on your canvas. So it's nice and beautiful to do something like heavy paint. Like that. These are the 3 palm trees that come, and just half of it is visible, not all the part, because the rest is on the other side of the canvas that it's not visible for us. Sometimes it's nice to clean the brush a little bit, mix this light green with the darker green to have another green. Not everywhere, just a little touch here, some touch here, maybe 1 or 2 stroke there. or 1 or 2 strokes there, is nice to use another color of green. So I think I'm okay with it. And now it's time for the shadow. For the shadow, I'm going to take a little brown, maybe a little blue mix with it, but more brown, I think it's better. And then a little white. When you mix blue and brown, then add the white, it's a little grayish color make. So that's gray is nice. So I try to imagine the shape of the shadow. Exactly, the tip of brush is easy to work with. Randomly add some movement to make that is shadow. Even for the shadow, some part it's nice to have a little darker than the other part. So I think would be enough. We can leave it get dry, and we can call our painting is done. Our beautiful vacation vibes. I hope you enjoyed this painting, and thank you again for joining me.